BioBlitz celebration. This marks the 12th year for the annual event. The Sax-Zim Bog is a 500,000-acre ecosystem located about 50 minutes northwest of Duluth. Now, participants took part in field trips into the bog to learn about and document different types of insects, birds, and more. Organizers hope about 600 to 700 different species will be identified during the Blitz. Over the years, more than 3,500 species have been recorded in the greater Sax-Zim Bog. For naturalist Clint Dexter-Nienhaus, the Blitz may also inspire people to learn about the critters beyond the bog.
If we can get you out in the field and show you some really cool bugs or some really cool birds or some plants that are really awesome, knock your socks off cool, that gets you interested and gets you to maybe pay attention to your yard, and then maybe from your yard, the park you like to go to, and maybe from that, the northeastern part of Minnesota.
Dexter-Nienhaus says documenting what species are present now is important for conservation as well. He says if they don't know what species are there, they won't know what they've lost if they disappear. While this year's BioBlitz is finished, Friends of Sax-Zim Bog hold field trips at many times throughout the year. We've got more information about those at northernnewsnow.com. And still to come, we have